Hey Internet, it's Aaron, your personal driver, and today I'm going to be positive. I know a lot of you complain because all I do is bitch and moan about how much I hate Uber and Lyft recently because of all the changes. Well, today I'm going to give you 5 ways we can make Uber and Lyft better, and stay positive. Mystro! Okay guys, if this is your first time here, welcome, and go ahead and hit subscribe down there and hit the stupid YouTube bell icon so you can get notified whenever I upload a video to YouTube or go live. And if you're returning, welcome back guys. Go ahead and leave a thumbs up and a comment down below. What do you think Uber needs to do to improve? What do you think Lyft needs to do to improve? That sounds interesting and definitely won't start a flame war. But every Monday I like to leave a video like this, a helpful rideshare video for you drivers. Every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I do a new driver Ask Me Anything. So you can log in if you have a question, having trouble signing up, or about strategy, go ahead and come visit me on Wednesdays and I'll answer any of your questions and give new driver tips. Every Friday and Saturday I do a live driver stream from inside the car, so you can join me on my rideshare adventures every Friday and Saturday at 10 Pacific Standard Time. So I wanted to make a positive, uplifting video, so I'm going to give you 5 ways that Uber can improve itself, and this goes for Lyft too for some of them. So let's start with 5. And this is going to be obvious, which is why the first one we're doing, but raise the rates. I mean, everyone likes money, gas only goes up, car prices only go up, expenses only go up. We should get 2% a year at a minimum to match inflation. So every year on your annual re-up, you should make 2% more at a minimum. And across the board, we need to make about 30% more per minute per mile to make all rides profitable. Right now, lots of drivers will either only take certain drives of certain lengths or only drive during surge or boost times because rates are so low that it is unprofitable to take some rides some of the time, especially if you're in a state like Florida, Oklahoma, or some of the Southwest states where you're making less than $1 a mile before Uber takes its cut, before expenses, and before taxes. But we're gonna stay positive and not talk about that. Oops. Number 4, go ahead and eliminate upfront pricing. What upfront pricing is Uber and Lyft both do this. They charge customers not based on per minute and per mile, but instead on what they think they can charge the customer. So this doesn't do very good things for the driver. It definitely doesn't do very good things for the customer, but since this is a positive video, I'll skip all those and put a link to a video where I go in detail about this. Just know that upfront pricing means less money for you. And for, I guess, A is if they are going to keep upfront pricing, they should pay you out on a percentage basis. So if they are going to do upfront pricing after the service fee, they should pay drivers 70% of the fare, or 75%, or 80% depending on how and when you signed up and what your percentage is in your market. Number 3, they should promote tipping. Yes, right now you have to rate your driver before you get a tip on Uber. So practically in use, what that means is you as a driver cannot get tipped by at least half of your customers. Generally speaking, only half of the customers leave a rating for their drivers. So that means that without promoting tipping and requiring it to hide behind the rating system, that you are ineligible for tips from at least half your customers. Everyone loves tips. Drivers like getting tips, but also riders like giving tips to good drivers too. So by promoting tipping, maybe giving a little button they can push while they're actually driving, or automatically ask for a tip after every ride is fantastic. I personally think that if you offer services like gum or water or candy or video games or movies or some of the crazy stuff that you guys do out in the rideshare world, there should be a tip your driver button that they can push while driving with you, so that way if they take a water or they're like really excited with the service you're giving them, they can just drop you a couple bucks, and it would be really easy for them to do. Number 2, and if I can find it, I'll go ahead and put the picture of it here and a link down in the description to the rideshare company in Austin that does this. I think it's called Ride Austin, but if I find, I might be incorrect, and in post I'll definitely put the correct name up here. but they should let you retain customers who prefer your services. So Uber and Lyft both don't like it when you make prearranged rides, and the reason for that is they're afraid you're gonna steal those customers and give them cash rides. Now guys, don't give out cash rides. I'll leave a link to my video right there about why you should never do this. Mostly it has to do with insurance and legalities. In some states, unless you're a taxi, you are not allowed to take cash rides. So don't go ahead and do that. It's a bad idea. And if you are going to do that, make sure you only take something like Bitcoin, because it is less traceable, it is untaxable, and it's what the nefarious people in the world do for payments. So if you're gonna illegally give a cash ride, make sure you take Bitcoin, because at least that way you're not screwing yourself with a transaction that's gonna get you kicked off your insurance and uncovered by insurance if you get into an accident. Riders should have the option to save their favorite driver profiles, maybe 5 or 10, and if they're online, you know, they can wait a little bit extra. They may not be the closest driver. Those drivers might be far off, but if that's the preferred driver, they should go ahead and hit that. And they can even pay a premium for it. But like I was saying with the rideshare company in Austin, you actually get a significant discount for return customers. Meaning, if you have a large customer base, you only get 10% taken out by the rideshare company, giving you a 15% increase in profit every time a return customer chooses you. This is very smart for several reasons. The first being it incentivizes drivers to stay on platform and not take those cash rides, not take that Bitcoin, because they're getting a decrease in cost. And also it allows you to build your business. So you're happy, the customers are happy, and bad drivers will eventually leave the platform, because bad drivers won't have any customer base, which means that they won't be making any money. The cream of the crop will rise to the top, and all those crap drivers will fall below the zone, not make any money, and leave the platform. It'll be fantastic for everyone involved. Let us retain our good customers. I know some of you out there use Userve, and that's fine, but Uber and Lyft are doing everything in their power to circumvent Userve, because again, they don't like reservations necessarily. Lyft even has a reservation system on their app, so just because you select that reservation doesn't mean as a driver you're going to even get the reservation. That just means you're at the top of the queue, but that can still go to a different driver for different reasons. It's nonsense. Uber also has a prearranged option, but the reason I do this is because it's not a prearranged option. It just acts the same way any normal request would. It just does it automatically for the customer at the exact time. Meaning you can't reserve with Uber. If you want to ride at 1 o'clock, you still get a ping at 1 o'clock. It doesn't do anything in advance. It's terrible. Number 1 is get rid of the terms of service, okay? The terms of service is not a contract. It never expires, and it can be changed at any time, which means drivers are always afraid of the future. They don't feel they should invest time and money into the company long term. In fact, they try to find as many different companies as they can work for, because they're not contracting. Every year on your anniversary, you should have to renew a contract with Uber and enter a negotiation with Uber. And what I mean by that is you should be able, as an independent contractor, to either increase or decrease your wages, increase or decrease the fee Uber takes, and Uber should contract with you so they can't change the contract like they can change the terms of service. So for you veteran drivers out there who are making 20% instead of 25%, can stay at that level, increase your earnings. You can say, I am an elite Uber driver, here's my statistics. I should be making a little bit more, you should be taking a little bit less of a cut. Those sorts of things could occur if there was a contract. But most importantly, Uber couldn't change things like with the upfront pricing, for example, without going through negotiation with the drivers. So it would make things more fair. You would actually be an independent contractor because you would have a contract. For those of you who think you're an independent contractor now, let me ask you this simple question. When does your contract expire? It doesn't, because you don't have a contractor. Because right now Uber and Lyft think that you're an employee. They just tell you you're an independent contractor so they don't have to pay you benefits. But if they had to renew a contract every year and they couldn't change things year to year with you, that means it would be much easier for you to drive and be much safer and you would feel more invested in Uber and Lyft as a company. So guys, those are the 5 ways for me to improve rideshare. What do you think? Go ahead and leave a comment below and tell me what you think that we should do to improve the platform. If you would like to, I will invite you Friday and Saturday to join me on the live stream, as you can watch me in the car driving around. So I'll see you guys Friday and Saturday at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Deuces. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit subscribe. There'll be a circle icon in the middle of the screen for you to do that. Afterwards, hit the YouTube bell icon so you can get notifications when I upload anything to YouTube or go live. And if you want to watch 2 more videos, there should be 2 on the screen right down below. Lastly, if you enjoy this channel and you'd like to support it, consider becoming a patron. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you soon.